Thank you for a nice introduction. I am Choi from Hallym University, and frankly speaking, I am not a special AIA and also not specialized in the nutrient or diet habit consultation. So it's my own view to my presentation. So the first or this leveraging is very hard to understand, but it's usually usual utilization. So this is so what AI can promote my sustainable dietary habits. These are some explorable data for the expected lifespan by the era of the human history, the prehistoric era, when in mid-century, so total human lifespan is less than 40. But it is similar in Victorian, recent modern era, but after that, the human lifespan increased 70, and nowadays the Canadian, if this is male 82 or female is 85. So what it is the mainstream for the improvement of the lifespan. So the human population count and it combined with the food production is like this graph. So you know the Neolithic agricultural revolution has increased some calorie intake per human life. So and that, but the lifespan is growing very slowly. But recently after BC, the lifespan expanded very well. So some specialized person evaluated the food processing is important one for the increasing lifespan in modern era. So in the Neolithic late era, we had only the cooking by the fire, but in storage and in refrigerator, like some low temperature longevity of the food storing is developed, and recently the chemical precaution is the mainstream. So we are era of the so many the storage food intake era. So it is another one is the daily calorie intake per person in 20th century to the 20th. So this is a calorie supply for the by the GDP level. Is the right shifter is the increasing the GDP, and this is intake the total calorie. So the Africa and Asian is very low income and very low calorie intake, but in westernized country has high income with also combined with high calorie intake. How we are here. So Korean is also very large, higher in some society and with a large burden of the calorie intake. For example, in Britain has compared the 2100 to the recent data. So usual person has eaten us daily 2,000 calories, but recent data so 3,000 calories. So it is very problem to it is improved our lifespan, but it make it some cardiovascular disease or total death. So as you know, the fat source is very associated with the mortality. As you know, the trans fat and saturated fat is increased the mortality, but you know the monosaturated for the fat is relatively decreasing the lifespan of a human. So we can, it is fat or carbohydrate main influence of our CV mortality is data is based on the UK the participant data. As you know, there's some small or large carbohydrate fat is also decreasing the CV mortality, increasing CV mortality, except the fiber or monofibrinoate is only a large burden of the eating is good, but all of the nutrient component is increased mortality. So we need some very honorable status is needed for the maintenance of CV mortality. So back to our cardiovascular related mortality data is shown in world in the 2021 data. As you know that the high blood pressure and the smoking is number one class to the decreasing the lifespan, but sequence data show the blood sugar or obesity and hand cholesterol intake and or alcohol. All is very large food intake related problem is associated with the mortality in humans. So I think that this bad dietary pattern is associated with the increased mortality. So this control is very important to the patients or the person's lifestyle. So as you know, they show that dietary habit that damaging heart is summarized like this. So Professor Lee previously shown that we has living in a sedentary lifestyle and skipping breakfast and sleeping less than standard hours. And we also in this room, I have in high stress levels. And after this symposium, I think that you will use drinking and so in this all is the factor, but unhealthy fast food diet is also. So how about you? Yeah. So it is a big problem. So we all just summarized unhealthy food habit. It is this slide given by my hospital's nutrition specialist. So we all consume the processed high burden and sugar intake is large and fruit and vegetable is we eat very small and skipping and too fast and eating when not hungry and mindless eating is very problem, especially in young people. We also see after COVID-19, the young generation has increased very obese patients. So it is main time of the intake of the meal is less than 10 minutes. And we also having some very commercial food beside the tablet PC. And this is the traffic on this. And usually lifestyle especially in resting status. So I think that the behavioral change is key factor for the maintaining of the very healthy lifestyle, but we always recommend exercise and food control and starvation or the OP operation of diet control. And a 14% person did not fail in starting diet. But in this healthy and unhealthy diet plan may make some effect on the brain, the behavior pattern. So if this is positive or negative feedback, make it more harder to control the behavior change. So if we had some barrier to failing to achieve the healthy diet, this one of the Korean is a lack of time. We have no time to control my healthy lifestyle. And find as a constraint, the junk food is cheap, and then the all naturalized good healthy food. And misconception to the diet and plan and underlying medical condition is some barrier to the patient control, and also emotional factor is important. So we apply to the good healthy diet plan to the people or patients. We should breaking the barriers. There are very many ways, but they require the will. It's the change it's a habit or education and self-management and also social support. So initial step is will to the changing my situation. So I think the psychological and psychiatric approach is very important to initiating breaking this type of barriers. So overcoming failure to healthy diet habits is very long times the counseling. It is not my house, the nutrition specialist, but if you visit some special diet planner, we usually spend more than 1 hour the speech to why do you think the decrease or the reduce your weight and set the realistic goal. Some patient has I want to reduce my body weight more than 15%. So, but it is not realistic. So and then get the first patient or patient to transient personalized food patterns that then they gave us some planning and craving and mindful eating education and build a support system. So usually the person write down the one week diary or food diary and then get the back to the specialist and some progressing tracking and counseling and rebound cycling education is important, but my mother say always, don't eat them. It's a very easy way. But we have no time to this type of specialized time counseling. But in that situation, may AI can give us some this type of the beneficial steps. So I think we Koreans always love the shortcut. So Wegovy is very widely used in Korea. So recently, my patient, I said that exercise and weight control and diet control is important to that person, but he is apparently last question to me. Can you prescribe the Wegovy? It's a Korean style of this type of the digital technique. So AI-based changing food habit system has some structure. The one is personalized nutritional pattern and food tracking analysis, and in some patients, the smart kitchen application for the self-cooking in home, but rather using the out of house the food intaking, and also including food supply and sustainability. And I think this is very important. Behavioral coaching and food innovation is very important, and we can be. And also important thing is education, awareness increasement, and this feedback is very important. So usual food habit structure app show that personalized recommendation and nutrition coaching based on the patient's basic data. So AI analyzing the user health data, age, wakefulness, activity level, and exercise or basal level, and other the biologic data. And then digital biodata-based biofeedback by real-time monitoring. Professor Lee said the chatbot or other the watch signaling is real-time biofeedback monitoring. So and diet recording and analyze app is also given by the wearable digital device. So interplay AI app with the person-based texture or imaging is very important. So I showed some dietary plan apps as the Professor Lee sent the Noonum data. So it's a very favorable American US it's a mealtime plan to eat. It's this much. My fitness pal is so you can get this app in the Google Play, but some data show that very sophisticated time to initially my current state of the custom plan and some recommended recipe and my ideal time, and we get a picture of my daily intake food and some recommend and notification to select or not select the food is main system of this app. So currently, the base weight loss program said that the AI-based app is one single one is not best. So flexible to the best personalized Weight Watchers, and base weight loss app is used on the Noon, and but the one-to-one coaching is wellness is very it is good comparing other than. And recently, the GLP medication patients to the app-based patient control system app is also introduced to calibrate. And diabetes is the Mayo Clinic diet app is best for the patients. But I think they show that the small box, it costs about $30 per month, or other is $145 per month. Can you pay for that? For this big data. Some Noon data show that the weight reduction is best, and it is officially reported in the web, but it may be associated with so many dollars. So I think that it's also a barrier to, especially in Koreans. Recently, I think you read the data about American 56. He has some motorcycle accident. So he said depression and eating so much weight is increased. So he showed his own mirror image, then decided to the weight problem, but he did not attach to the support or the health trainer, but he came and changed the ChatGPT for his only 1 month's plan to the ChatGPT says some recommended sort of exercise or the food storage system, but the final is about very good weight reduction. So potential role of artificial intelligence is some benefit for this specialized person, but I think that it is really good for the full range of the person. So this is recently published some meta-analysis data. The food-related app showed about 75% is the machine learning based analysis, but some data show that personalized itself induction of data and self-controlling app is less than 25%. So some motion over the food intake photo and exercise time is parameter is increasing this app. So this data is combined to the machine learning data and some modeling and then external validation, and then you're utilizing to the personal level. So this meta-analysis showed that 6 trials and show that only 2 trials has a statistic difference. All other apps show them decreasing the efficacy of the weight reduction, but average rate is small compared to the control. So in another study, the eTrip app is a 12 weeks AI assist app-based self-evaluation program. Initial the patient's intake toward the amount of the food intake is decreasing, but the textual feedback is if applier is only 34.8%, or about 2 of 3 did not real-time no feedback. So I think that this issue is clinical data for this is AI-based behavioral change app has limiting. It's very important one. It's becoming more mindful of self-monitoring. So self-monitoring is the key issue for using AI app to modify habit, and personalized reminders with the prompt and chatbot is important to maintain the using of the app. And also, there's a food logging with the image recognition also important, because the usual participant did not take a photo of his own food intake. So this is some barrier to using the AI-based biorhythmic app into the real world. So 3 months ago, in the same situation, some other lunch picnic, it showed that it is my data. I setting my daily intake data calories 1950 calorie, but you have already eat lunch. 2000. So I think that I always take a photo with diet camera. So today I eat the half of the amount. It's important to me. So this signaling is the very good candidate for my AI-based teaching. And 2 days ago, I said ChatGPT. So it is not me. And 87 kilogram and 144 centimeter, and everyday drinking. And I like also Korean food style is good. Any other good. So I recommend 4 weeks 5 kilo reduction is the plan to GPT. So is GPT said this type of the. So I agree. This type of I always said to the patient, but ChatGPT recommend my the diet food. Some is in Korea, 달걀, 바나나, 쉐이크, 사과 반 개, 달걀 반 개, 단백질 쉐이크. Can you apply to your this data for your real world? I think it is difficult. So ideal recommendation, but it is not really applicable to my situation. So in my conclusion, unhealthy dietary habit has now known to be contributing factor to spelling deaths or healthy eating habit is very important. But analyzing individual's dietary pattern and providing appropriate advice and correction of habit is usually done by consultation with a professional classically, but this time consuming and difficult due to the sustainable issues. So in this respect, so AI may be an attractive option by combining with the digital monitoring and device and integrating into information obtained. So I can think that it can gain advantage in managing through the attractive suggestion. Various app-based program has been introduced, and it is known that there are individual level effects in correcting eating habit through including OpenAI, but there is no clear research result have been presented today. So I think that my simple conclusion that psychological and cognitive tool to using this type of AI is also needed to maintain for the using of this type of app. Yeah, thank you for your attention.